So the richer your life, the richer you are. And so the more life you experience per second is going to reflect the richness of your character. And so to pursue more life per second is to pursue the best version of you that has the most life. And so most of you guys go through life as drainage. You guys do nothing but siphon from yourselves. You rob yourself out of life. You sit there with a little cigarette, a little vape. You sit there with a little weed, a little this, a little that. And you passively fucking kill yourself. You have to understand that the more richer the experience of life per second, the richer you are as an individual. And so every second you spend drowning in vices is simply just a reflection of you and the lack of character and the lack of richness in you, simply meaning you are poor as an individual. And so you have to understand that the richer you are as an individual is the more life you have. And the more life you have is the more you pursue in life. And the more you pursue in life, the more you'll accumulate and the more you'll experience life per second. And so it really comes down to life being experienced. And so most of you guys will sit there and barely experience shit. What the fuck you experience is some shit you hate. Some subordination of a lifetime. The same fucking routine. The same fucking cycle. The same fucking escapes. You have to understand that you are a gaping void. And your life is a reflection of the lack of richness. The lack of life. And a fucking vessel that is doing nothing but decaying through time. And so what I want you guys to truly comprehend and understand is that the richness that you seek is in the life being experienced per second. The individual who is experiencing more life per second is richer. Now, most of you guys will misconstrue this and then apply your own narrative to it. Oh, if he says experiencing life per second means richness, then I'm going to go party and I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to have the blast of my lifetime. But you have to understand that's just a reflection of how fucking stupid you are. And so actual life being experienced means to perceive life, to actually experience life, to actually be immersed in life. And so most of you guys aren't immersed in life. Most of you guys have subverted yourself into subroutine subordinations of what the fuck you experience. But what the fuck you need to understand is that the richer you are in character, the richer your life, and the more you will proliferate upward. And so to pursue life and to pursue more power in life is to simply grow as an individual. And so partying does not equal life being experienced. Growth does. Because when you look at life itself, when you look at the planet, when you look at the universe, everything has been expanding and growing. And so the more life being experienced equates to the more growth being accumulated. And the more you grow and the more you accumulate, the more richer your experience. And so the more this will reflect outside of you, not just through financial security, but through actual character, through actual self-expression, through actual gnosis, through actually being what the fuck you need to become as an individual. And so most of you guys will sit there and you will be so depraved out of life that you'll need to escape yourself. Your life is so zombified as an individual, you need to escape because it's unbearable. Your life is unbearable and you need to escape. If it's not porn, it's cigarette. If it's not cigarette, it's escapism through these lunatic imbeciles that you hang around with. And so what you have to truly understand is the reason you need to escape is because your life force is so poor, you will experience so much of not. You experience so much of less of life that you need to actually escape. And so this is just a reflection of the void within you. And so what we do is we patch the void with light and we actually confront ourselves, and then we become the proliferation of life itself by growing in every endeavor on life until we unfold ourselves to where the fuck we want to be. And so everyone wants the high quality. Everyone wants a better life. Everyone wants riches. Everyone wants to be the best version of themselves if they know themselves at least a little bit. Because we live on a planet where we have fucking primates, delusional primates, that will sit here, deny the fact they want to be rich. That will sit there and deny the fact they want to be the best version of themselves. To sit there and deny the fact they want to be the most sober, most healthy, self-loving version of themselves. You have to understand that to deny the fact that you want something is just to repulse it away from you. If you could snap your fingers and be instantly rich, you would do it. If you could snap your fingers and be instantly sober and cure yourself from all addictions, you would fucking do it. The reason you don't do it is because it requires work. It requires an actual will. It requires you to step out from the comfort zone. It requires you to become more and to grow. And growth is simply the strengthening of the mind through external conditioning, aka pressure. And so when you work out and your muscles are basically, you're pressurizing yourself, you are grabbing weight, and you are using momentum, you are growing muscle, right? Now when we look at mental pressure, when we look at the mental side of growth, when you are pressurized in an environment, you are forced to grow or to break. And so most of you guys break under pressure. You didn't use it as a force of fuel to grow. And this is why most of you guys are sitting here as smithereens, fragmented versions of yourself, a broken mirror of a reflection of what you lack the ability to do, which is to reflect. You have to understand that every day you had the opportunity to say, I'm going to grow, I'm going to expand, I'm going to proliferate my life per second. It comes down to how much life you experience per second. And you are not experiencing a lot of life per second because you need to escape yourself. And so the best thing to do is to confront yourself and realize that the reason you need to escape is because you are in a life depth. You are not just depth physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. You are in a actual depth internally, and your character is in depth. You are lacking the fundamental necessity of actual life force. This is why you feel mopey. This is why you feel self-suffocating. This is why you feel like life is this continuum of just massive suffering. This is why your life is unfulfilling. This is why you feel hollow. It's because there's no life. There's no actual growth. There's no procession to succeed and to exceed and to proliferate in life and to grow within your tree. If you were a tree, within you, it's empty. So the tree trunk reflects a tree, but within you, there's nothing. And so the more life you have, the denser and the more powerful and the deeper you are rooted, and the more denser the trunk is with actual life force, with actual matter within it. Most of you guys are this hollow dead tree, and you're waiting for someone else to fill you in, but it never is going to happen, and you're going to be stuck in this cyclical cycle of being what the fuck you don't want to be, on this endless cycle of self-deprivation and escapism. When you are so hollow that you need someone else to fill you up, and so you go navigate to the essence. The essence needs to the substances, not the essence. The substances needs to fill you up. You navigate your way. You detour yourself from anything that is going to bring you to filling yourself up. You have to understand that you need to look at life like filling your own cup. Most of you guys go through life believing that someone else is going to fill your cup. This is why your cup never gets filled. You have depended on the world to fill your cup instead of to become the poor. This is why you're poor, and you're going to be poorer. Every day you have the power to fill your own cup up, and until you actually make that choice to fill your cup up, until you actually pursue the growth and the actual process needed to fill your cup up, you will always look for someone else to fill your cup, and you will always leave your cup emptier than before because you don't have the power to fill up your own cup. And that is the truth. It's that fucking simple. Pursue your development or remain irrelevant. Peace.